Today, so I'm live on Instagram and I'm live on Facebook today, but I'm doing a simple training and discussion on my cleansing bars. So it is very, very easy for us to overlook these bars. They have been doing phenomenally well because they are a twofold. One, it's one of the best post-wax product that you can give your customers, especially for any type of body waxing and or bikini or Brazilian. And the other thing is that they make amazing gifts. So if you are looking at getting a huge, return for your retail, we're in quarter 4. You want to start looking at what you're going to be doing for holiday gifts. We have two options for you. We have individual bars that you can sell. We also have bar that are in the kits. And I forgot to bring the bar kit. Baby, love. Yeah, of course, he's not paying attention. So let me talk about our most popular one, and the one that sells the best that's our personal bar. The reason our personal bar sells the best, number one, this has no scent, no dye. That is the biggest culprit when you start looking at any type of traditional soap. This is a non-traditional soap because it is specifically a glycerin-based soap. So when you start talking about soap, there's a lot of alkaline soaps. There's a lot of soaps that will dry out the skin. If you were traditionally looking at a soap that you buy in any drugstore, CVS, Walmart, or anything that's off of the shelf, you're going to have soaps that are going to be so drying to the skin that most people will respond to the dyes. They'll respond to the scent, which is usually a perfume. So you got to kind of understand what exactly you're looking at. The reason these bars sell phenomenal is because they are natural, number one. They help with pH balance and they help with odor. These are the reason why most women, including myself, go out and they have bought all of these summer's eves and listen to all these commercials about what women's health should be about, but not realizing that our body actually fights those chemicals because those chemicals are not meant to be in that area. So a chemical product that says it's supposed to help with pH actually causes more damage. And a lot of people don't realize that, whether you're using those pH wipes or the pH cleansing. The reason I created this, number one, is because my daughter is my muse. She actually has eczema. From birth, it started in her cheeks and then it moved down into the nether regions. So I needed to come up with a cleansing alternative for her so that she would not, have to worry about the chemical reaction that she was having. And the cleansing bars were created. Now, this is our number one selling product specifically for women, specifically for post-Brazilian waxing. This is something that you can actually give to your clients. You can include this in the price of your Brazilian if you want to do that on a special. Give them the bar of soap. I'm telling you, they will come back and say, what is it? I want that. I will never do anything else. We have multiple spas that buy between 100 and 200 bucks. Yeah, 100 and 200 bars per month because these sell that well. So if you're looking for something that has an alternative for you, especially when it comes to intimate areas, if you are a Brazilian waxer, if you're looking at doing some type of retail, our bars are a great gift. I'm actually going to tag Deidre. She's at the Wax Bar. I believe she's in Maryland. She has a cute little kit that she puts the soap in with the ouch balm and put it in some nice cellophane with some gold ribbon. And it was so, so cute because it was easy to retail. And she gave those out for gifts. I believe she was having an open house or an event or something like that. But the reason why these sell well, again, they're doing everything that we want to have happen. And there's no scent or perfume that's involved. The easiest way to use this bar is to lather it in wet hands and lather and wash those areas specifically without a towel or without a loofah or a buff puff. Just do a really good lather with this. This I absolutely love, okay? Now, the reason I went to basic bars was because I always knew that my daughter was having reactions to, a lot of it was to the perfume, a lot of it was to because it was so harsh on her skin, especially her being so young. So I wanted to have something that she could cleanse with on her entire body and not have to worry about that dryness, not have to worry about any of that itchiness. And that is where our cleansing bar came in. So this is our cleansing bar. We have them also in here. These sell phenomenal as well. No scent. The dye that's in here, there is no dye. This color, why you see it's green, is actually the aloe vera. So this is the makeup of aloe vera and olive oil, which we absolutely love. But this lathers phenomenal. So if you're a type of person that has to have a cleansing bar that lathers really well, that, if you want to use with the washcloth or use with the buff puff, those big puffs that you can still use, this will give you a huge, 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 huge lather. The reason I love this, number one, it's extremely moisturizing, but you're going to come out of your your bath, shower, whatever, not having feel like your skin is tight. You know, this is great for people who suffer with any kind of skin condition. My daughter has eczema. There's a lot of people that have emailed me that have psoriasis. There's a lot of people that have emailed me that have, keratosis pilaris, which is typically on the back of the arms, and they use this bar. Phenomenal. And that's another reason why a lot of us got to get outside the box. We're estheticians. We don't just deal with the face, the neck, and the décolleté. There's a lot of people that have issues on their entire body. So if you know that, and you know that you want to have something that you retail where clients come back and they buy, this is a simple sale. I love it, love it, love it. So I use these two at home. These are the two that I use at home. I even got my husband on these. He uses these as well. And this is all that's in there. So you said your 1-year-old daughter with eczema. Oh, Monica, I'm so glad that they helped for your daughter. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm so glad your daughter has it the same way. I'm telling you, get these two for your babies. It will be a miracle worker. My daughter, if you guys saw that I did this live a couple weeks ago, it was a Sunday. I had her in here on the LED. And her LED in her, face is just cleared up. You said you've been using on your 4-year-old since the beginning of the year. He has eczema and keratosis pilaris. It works amazing. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me know on that. I know we've talked a little bit as well about your son and using these bars. So there's a lot of people who find these bars are doing amazing. I love them because, number one, it is getting ready to be holiday time. This is great holiday gifts. If you have someone that's a great client, you want to say thank you to that client, this is a very inexpensive gift for you to do. If you have people that have children that suffer with any kind of skin conditions, this is a great gift for you to give to them as well. I also have 2 exfoliating bars that I absolutely love. Our favorite and most popular is our Lavender Oatmeal. Now, this is the only scented bar that we have. It is scented with lavender from the lavender essential oil. The oatmeal in it is specifically for that. You can scrub anywhere you can. It's wonderful for great in winter months. Thank you so much, Deanne. If you have anyone that is looking for a scrub-based cleansing bar, this does have oatmeal in it. So if they're looking for that roughness, I love this too because I've never been a fan of loofah. My husband, if you know, has a loofah rag that he absolutely loves, and I hate that daggone thing. Loofahs, to me, will never, ever really be clean, but he likes the scrubbing part. So the reason I had oatmeal put and deposited on the top of the bar and not on the bottom of the bar was because specifically you can turn this over when you're scrubbing and, anywhere, whatever that you want to use. It will give you that exfoliation specifically from the oatmeal itself. So you actually have that scrubbing part from there. So it's not something where you're going to sit up there and say, I want to use this in addition to my loofah or in addition to a washcloth. You don't have to. This will give you that exfoliation feeling that you typically want to have. So this would be our most aggressive cleansing bar. That's this one. I have one that's also not kind of aggressive, but it gives us a little bit more with sugar. So I have another bar that has brown sugar in it. The brown sugar also is deposited on the top of the bar. You can put this a little bit in water. You can use this in the same way if you don't want to have as aggressive as the oatmeal for your mechanical exfoliation. I like this to kind of start people off, and it does have a 1 on our box, and then our 2 is for our oatmeal and our lavender. So we give you guys a lot of options, and I've given a lot of options for people to kind of think outside of the box. Still retail, even if you wax, even if you do skincare and you don't wax that much, you're still looking for something that's different for your retail option. Our cleansing bars have really bridged that gap into saying, I want something that's going to be dye free. I want one that's going to be perfume free, but I also want it to work really, really well. And the reason that I really wanted this, one, my daughter is always my muse. I always try to figure out what's going on with her skin, but I also wanted to do something where whatever I use and that I have, that people are able to have it too. And as you can see, I'm doing both Instagram and Facebook today. We had 3 estheticians already on Instagram who are using these for their children. And that was really my purpose of bringing something like this to be available. But I also love being able to provide things that have eased my daughter in her journey with eczema. This will be a lifelong journey. So being able to create products for her that will, she can continue to use no matter what wet, that's not going to be harmful to her, that I'm not giving her these, you know, harsh antibiotics that these doctors want to give you when your child suffers from this. And I've been able to kind of figure out a way that I'm able to control it. I can't really cure it, but really control it. Even if she has an outbreak, I'm able to go back to my staples and say, you know, we got to get the ouch balm, you know, back out again. We got to get the calm serum back out again. Are you washing with this? You know, that's one thing about eczema is once you have an outbreak with that and they start scratching, and they're scratching at night or they're scratching when they're stressed out, is getting things so that they are not continually scratching all the time. And that's why I use, you know, the products that I do, and they're very clean, is because I'm not having her react to the dyes or react to the perfume that's in it. So that was always my thing. Now that I see so many estheticians and spas that are really starting to buy it very big as we get into this holiday, it's a great idea. Let me run over and get my kit. Hold up tight. Let me get my kit. Like, I just grabbed it right off of the shelf. So here's my kit that we have as well. And we sell a lot of these at shows. So anytime I have a show, these typically go first. So we have the option where you can actually use and buy each one of the bars and try them. This is also something that will look really great on your shelves as well. So if you're looking for gift ideas, again, this is October. You guys have about maybe 4.5 weeks to start getting your retail products for your holiday push. This is a great and easy thing for you guys to do. So I do have this option as well. If you've never visited my website, Smooth Skin Supply, that is available on there. If you are a licensed esthetician, upload your license to get wholesale pricing, and then you're good to go. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Send me a PM, send me a message on here. I try to reply back when people are watching it, but I just wanted to come and use that. Can it be used for every skin type? Absolutely. See, the thing is that I'm really focusing on neck below. These cleansing bars are they're not for the face. I can get away with using this on the face a little bit depending on their skin type. When Celine is having really good outbreak, I actually just got her on a new what am I using? A new creamy cleanser, but she's still using ouch balm on her face for her eczema outbreaks, and she's been having a lot of them. But it can be used for any skin type. But remember, this is neck below. So this is for any kind of skin conditions you have, KP, you know, eczema, psoriasis, any of that, dry skin, dry, horrible knees. That's what you want to really remember and use those with. So yes, to answer your question, those can be. But I do think that a lot of you guys have not looked at the totality of the whole body. You know, everyone bathes every day. The reason these sell so well for estheticians who use them is because we understand every day there's going to be some kind of product that's going to be used to bathe. Why not give them something that's going to be healthy? Why not give them something that's not going to strip their skin? Why not use something, especially when you start talking about the personal bar and in the intimate areas, that's going to be very helpful for that. Ouch balm for the face eczema. Absolutely, yes. My daughter lathers her entire face with eczema. She has eczema, but whenever she has an outbreak, the entire face is covered and massaged in with ouch balm, and she goes to bed. So right now she has had an outbreak for almost 2 weeks, and we have been ouch bombing every night, and then she ouch bombs in the daytime when she goes to school as well. So today she has choir, so her skin is looking phenomenal. I know when she's having an imbalance or is starting to come up because I'll start to see a lot of flakes on her skin. So that's one thing that I've been really passionate about, is making sure that I control the flakiness. From my experience, it's the flaky that she doesn't like, and that she feels people stares at her because she has the flakiness. Do I have the kit? Does the kit have 2 different bars in it? The kit has 4. I have 4 bars. So our kit has all 4. So cleansing, personal bar, has brown sugar exfoliant, and then it has the oatmeal lavender. So this is all 4 bars that we carry. We have 4 different ones. So yes, that does come in a kit, and you can purchase it directly from our website as well. So this again is a great thing to do for Christmas or holiday times. Even if you want to try it yourself, then you can actually have the opportunity to try all 4 of our different bars for that as well. So it's a good way for you guys to really, you know, use it. Try it, especially if you know people that suffer from eczema, if you know people that suffer with any kind of conditions. I love to have this conversation when I'm talking to women, especially post-Brazilian wax, and I'm talking to them about actually what they use. Most of us have in our lifetime, we've used some type of Summer's Eve or some type of feminine wash. So when you start actually talking about that, I break it down. You know, the chemical exfoliation is typically, the chemicals that are in that is really what our body is really fighting. When you take that out of the equation, the fragrance, because it is fragrance, you take out the dye, because it does have dye, and the whole part of it, you don't really have that much left. So once a year though, I actually do give these for samples. In January, typically what I'll do is, they're called hearts, and I have my manufacturer make them in hearts for me to sample. I put 2 in a bag. I have tons of estheticians that buy like 100 at a time because they always want their clients to try it. And there's some that still have a little bit left. I don't have any left. But it's a great way to introduce your customers, especially post-wax, to have something that they use right away as soon as they're done with the service. And that's something that I think a lot of us miss out on, because we think if we're doing a bikini service or Brazilian service that there is nothing post-wax that they can buy, and that's actually not true. So if you think about this is, you know, something that they can actually use that night. And it lathers extremely well. I mean, really, 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 really well. And I always tell this story. I had a woman who chased me down, sent me message after message after message about our personal bar. And she kept saying, you know, are you sure this really works? And I'm like, yeah, it works. I would never give it to my daughter if it didn't work. One more question, the instructions in the package to the customer. Yeah, it is. Tells you exactly. So this one we suggest for personal areas, we suggest using your hands to build a lather and cleanse. So we do have it on the back of each box. And the reason she kept asking me for it was because she finally came and shared in our SeBrazil Wax group that, you know, she had issues for a long time and had a constant, what does she have? A prescription for diflucan, and that's for imbalances in that area. A lot of it's for vaginitis and all of that. And so she's like, ever since I've been using these bars, I have not had any problems. And I've been on, you know, diflucan for 11 years. I have a standing prescription where I can just walk in and get one because I've suffered for so much. And she's like, I really just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get my hopes up when I tried this and that it wasn't going to disappoint me. And she's like, it has not disappointed. I've told everyone that I know about this, you know, and I encourage you to really, you know, she's like, I don't mind if you share my story either. She said, because I think a lot of women suffer in silence. Like they don't really talk about it. They don't have a conversation about it. And you have really brought it to the forefront. You know, the way you brought it was kind of with Brazilian waxing and bikini waxing, but this has been something that I have personally seen change my life. She said, I never understood that the soaps and the bars that I was using and the liquid soap that I was using was causing my imbalance. And I said, you know, here's the thing. A lot of us women do not talk about this. What we talk about is what we use. We don't talk about the actual understanding of what it's doing to our body. So for me, I had to go there because my daughter could never use any of that. She still can't never use any of those things. So when you look at it from that point of view, my goal was, what can I have her use that's going to not cause more irritation that's already happening with the eczema there itself? What can I do that's going to help with the dryness? What can I do that's going to help with the flakiness that I know is never going to be effective with the pH balance? And as she's getting older and going through hormones, I really want her to have something that she's confident in because it works. That was my goal. The second part was when I started using them and really started looking at it differently, because, you know, when you have children, they follow what you do. So I couldn't just absolutely give her a whole system and her not see it with me. So when I started using it, I was like, oh my God, what have I been using all these years on my body? Good Lord. Why do we tell other women to use all of this stuff and we don't really know what it does? What are we doing? So when I started really using the same things I was telling my daughter to use, that's when I started telling people all the time, we gotta stop using these soaps. We can't be using these harsh chemicals anymore. We can't be using these things that they say are for feminine cleansing. They're not really for feminine cleansing. Our body is reacting in that way. That's why we have that odor. It's fighting what we're using, not our natural. So I'm like, oh God. So once I took all of that out and started looking at that from a different point of view, then I'm like, I need to start telling people. That's really how I started all of it. So when I had clients, when I was in California, I was just like, you got to use this, like try it. And they loved it. He said, I absolutely love your soap bars. And I get excited to tell my clients about them. Oh, thank you so much, Viva Broody. Thank you so much. I did that for a month. Every client that came into me, they actually got a free personal bar, so they were able to take it home with them. I kid you not, still to this day, I haven't been in California in 2 years. I still ship them these bars because the estheticians that I sent them to doesn't stock them. They're like, I need it. I can never run out of this. I have customers, estheticians that come into here, and I have one in particular, and she buys 24 at a time because she says every client that she has that she's put on these bars, they say they will never, ever, ever go back to a regular cleansing method. And so she had one lady that overnighted. She spent $40 to overnight these soaps to her so that she can have them. Absolutely. And a lot of clients will thank you. And I've had that conversation with a lot of estheticians. A lot of us, we are in the place where we can educate, especially women, what's going on, especially when you take it from your point of view. So when I share all of these things, I'm sharing it from my point of view, from what I've gone through with my daughter, because that's my point of view. And then when I share it with clients, they all say the same thing. They're like, you know what? These things are good. Like, I'm never not going to go to anything else. I never understood what was happening in my body. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. And then when I get estheticians that come up to the shows and they come up and they buy their 24 or 48 bars so they can take them back home, they're always like, oh my God, all of my clients love these. Like, we never had an idea that this would be a retail item because post-wax. We always think of something that has ingrowns or someone that has dryness or someone that has any kind of lifting. We never thought about something that they could use right away once they take it home post-wax. We never talk about that. And I said, here's the thing about cleansing, especially when you start talking about body. Everybody's going to cleanse. So when they go home that night, they need something to come back to that they know is going to be healthy for their body. So I just hope that I give you a little bit of an insight on what we have here. You know, everyone always talks about, you know, the waxing, and our waxing products are phenomenal, but my retail products are so strong that I think a lot of people don't really quite overlook it until I break it down. The 4-pack is for the whole body. Nope, each soap has each individual thing. So I have one, which is the personal bars, and this is in the beginning, so you must have come in late, honey. This is for personal areas only, so I call booty and cootie soap right here. This is great for people that have any kind of skin condition, full body. And then I have two bars for exfoliation. The Oatmeal Lavender, which actually has lavender in it. And then I have the more gentler one, which is brown sugar. Okay, so that's what comes in the kit. So all 4 kits, you can try each of those bars. Or you can try and buy whatever bar you want. Our most popular bar, the bar we sell the most, is the Personal Cleansing Bar. This is what we sell the most. So we got that understanding. But I'm glad I was able to come up and talk to you guys about our retail. And this is just one part of our retail. Our Ouch Balm is phenomenal. Those are available for wholesale, absolutely. If you have an account with us, or if you don't, and you're an esthetician or a Cosmo, you can upload your license on our website, and then you can get all the wholesale pricing. But yeah, we have those available for wholesale. We have tons of spas that buy 100 or 200 bars at a time, especially now going into the holiday. They want to be stocked for their retail, especially for, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas. This is a great time for you guys to do that. So please rewind this. I'm actually going to upload this to my YouTube channel for that, and then I will have it available for product knowledge as well. If you have any questions or want to see what's going on with pricing, please log on to my website, smoothskinsupply.com. You said, myself and my teenage daughter need this in our life, and every client I have. Amazing. Yes, every client loves it. You know, there's a lot of people that are on right now on both Facebook and on Instagram, and they're both agreeing. This has been something that has been a game changer for a lot of businesses because, again, everybody washes. So why not use something that is going to be acceptable in the skin and people see results from? You know, it's not just the body odor. It's not just the body, you know, post-wax. It's all of it. It's all of it. Okay? All right, guys. My product knowledge is over. I will see you guys next time. Bye.